Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Assembly Bethesda On Air. I am your host, Hayne Fogarty, and today we are diving deep into something that hits close to the heart for so many of us. We are talking about the Psalm of the Midnight Howl, that raw cry from the depths of night that finds God listening even in the darkest hours. Let us unpack this together. Life gets tough, and sometimes the toughest moments come when the sun goes down and the world gets still. You know those nights. Sleep will not come, thoughts swirl around, and it feels like you are the only one awake carrying the weight of it all. The Psalm of the Midnight Howl captures exactly that feeling. It's not a quiet whisper, it's a full-on, honest shout into the emptiness. And the amazing thing is, God hears every bit of it. Think about how we often try to keep things together during the day.
We smile, we handle business, we push through. But when night falls, the masks come off. That is when the real questions surface. Why is this happening? How long do I have to feel this way? Is anyone even there? The Midnight Howl is you giving voice to all of that, without editing yourself for anyone. And here's the good news. God does not need you to clean it up first. He meets you right there in the middle of it. The Psalms are full of these kinds of cries. People throughout time have felt the same way, pouring out their hearts in the dark. God listened then, and He listens now. Let us talk about what this looks like in practice. When you feel that howl building, do not push it down. Let it out in prayer.
Let us talk about what this looks like in practice. When you feel that howl building, do not push it down. Let it out in prayer. Tell Him the truth. Say you were scared. Say you were angry. Say you do not understand. That honesty opens the door. It invites His presence into the very place you feel most alone. Night after night, people face these moments. Work stress, health worries, relationship strains, all of it piles up. The midnight howl becomes your way of saying, I cannot do this by myself. And that is okay. God never asked you to. He wants the real you, the tired you, the broken you. As we continue, remember that the howl does not stay a howl forever. It often turns into something else, a quiet trust, a sense of being held.
Even if the circumstances do not change right away, your heart starts to. God uses those dark hours to draw us closer, to remind us He is the one who never sleeps, never tires, and never stops caring. We could spend hours exploring every angle of this, how the night sky itself points to His vastness, how silence can be the best place to finally hear His voice, how community helps us remember we are not howling alone, even when it feels that way. The raw cry connects us across time and place, because human struggle is universal, yet God's listening ear is personal. Let us go a little deeper into why the night brings out these howls. In the daylight, distractions are everywhere. Phones buzzing, tasks waiting, noise filling every corner. But at midnight, it is just you and the quiet.
That quiet can feel heavy. It amplifies every worry, every regret, every fear about tomorrow. The Psalm of the Midnight Howl gives us permission to voice all of that. It shows us that God is not put off by our intensity. He welcomes it. Consider how freeing it is to stop pretending. So many of us walk around acting like we have it all together. But in those late hours, the truth comes out. A midnight howl is raw because life is raw sometimes. It is okay to admit that. God already knows what is in your heart anyway. Speaking it out loud, or even in a whisper, builds a connection that feels real and alive. Let us expand on this idea of God listening. He is not distant or distracted.
In the middle of your loudest cry, He is attentive. The Bible shows us over and over that He responds to honest hearts. When you howl in the night, you are joining a long line of people who have done the same. Their stories remind us that morning does come, light breaks through, hope returns. Now think about the emotional side of it. That raw cry can include tears, frustration, even confusion. All of it is valid.
God does not grade your prayers on how eloquent they sound. He cares about the heart behind them. So when the midnight howl rises up, let it. Release what you have been carrying. You might find that the act of crying out brings relief even before any answer arrives.
We can keep going with this for a while because there is so much here. The darkness of night often mirrors the dark seasons in life, times when answers seem far away and the path ahead is unclear. In those seasons, the psalm of the midnight howl becomes a lifeline. It tells you to keep reaching, keep calling, keep believing that God is near. Let us talk about the shift that happens. You start with a howl of desperation, but as you pour out your heart, something changes inside. Peace starts to settle in. Not because everything is solved, but because you remember you are not alone. God is right there with you in the dark. His presence is steady and sure. Many people experience this same pattern. The night feels endless at first. Worries multiply, but the honest cry cuts through the noise. It reaches the one who can actually do something about it. That is the power of the midnight howl. It is not about being strong or having it all figured out. It is about being real and trusting that God meets us in our realness. Let us explore more angles. Think about the physical side. Your body is tired, your mind is racing, yet your spirit can still connect. Even when you feel weak, that cry matters. God honors the effort. He sees you fighting to hold on through the night. We can reflect on how this kind of prayer builds endurance.
Each time you howl and sense God listening, your faith grows a little stronger. You learn to trust Him in new ways. The dark hours stop feeling quite so scary because you know they can become holy ground. Continuing on, the Psalm of the Midnight Howl encourages us to be persistent. One cry might not feel like enough. Keep going. Keep talking to Him. The night might be long, but so is His patience. He does not get tired of hearing from you. In fact, He delights in it. Let us dive into the hope that follows. After the howl, many find a new perspective in the morning. Things might not be perfect, but they feel different. You carry a sense of being heard and held.
That changes how you face the day. It gives you courage to keep moving forward. We could talk about this for episode after episode, because the theme touches every part of life. Whether you are dealing with uncertainty about the future, pain from the past, or just the weariness of the present, the midnight howl is there for you. It is a simple, powerful way to connect with God when you need Him most. As we keep unpacking this, remember that the howl is also an act of worship. It says, God, I believe you are bigger than this darkness. I trust you even here. That kind of faith pleases Him and invites His response. Let us consider the quiet after the cry. Sometimes the answer is not words from God, but a deep sense of comfort, a peace that passes understanding. You rest knowing He has it all in His hands. Expanding further, the night teaches us dependence. We cannot control everything, and that is okay. The midnight howl reminds us to release control and lean on the one who never sleeps. We can keep circling back to the main point. God listens. He really does. In your loudest, messiest, most desperate moments, He is paying attention. The Psalm of the Midnight Howl shows us that those moments are not wasted. They become the places where real relationship grows.
Think about how this applies across different situations. Late-night worries about loved ones, financial pressures that keep you up, health concerns that loom large. All of it can fuel the howl, and all of it can be brought to God without filter. As the minutes pass, let this sink in deeper. You are invited to howl, not as a last resort, but as a regular practice. Make it part of your rhythm. When night comes and the feelings rise, turn them toward heaven. We have covered a lot already, but there is still more. The beauty of this approach is its accessibility. Anyone can do it. No special training needed, just an honest heart and a willingness to speak up. Let us reflect on the transformation that can happen. The raw cry becomes a song of praise over time. What started as pain turns into testimony of God's faithfulness, not instantly, but steadily.
Continuing with this conversation, the midnight hours reveal our true needs. We see clearly what we are relying on and where we fall short. That clarity leads us back to God every time. I want to emphasize again how close God is in those hours. He is not far off. He is right beside you, listening, caring, ready to respond in His perfect way. As we near the later part of this episode, hold on to this truth. The psalm of the midnight howl is for you. Whatever your night looks like, cry out. God is listening, even now. We have explored the emotions, the honesty, the hope, the persistence, and the presence of God. All of it points to one simple reality. You are never truly alone in the dark. Let this episode encourage you to try it tonight if you need to. Speak freely. Howl if you must. Then wait and watch for the way God meets you there. Outro. Thank you for joining me today. As always, it is a pleasure to spend this time with you. God bless, and until next time, courage. Thank you again. If you like what I do here, head on over to www.assemblybethesda.com